What's up? What's up, everyone?
Guys?
Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, Vince. Happy Thursday.
How you doing, Josh?
So, how's it going?
It's going amazing. I'll be honest. It's quite amazing.
We got Barry in here. Look at Barry. 5 months.
5
Let's
months.
go.
Congrats, Barry.
5 months. Thanks, Barry. Got a bunch of people that joined in, of course. We got the early squad. Chris was here at 2 o'clock. 2:06.
Chris,
squad.
I can appreciate that.
And he wants you to smash that like button. So if you haven't done that and you're already here, smash that like button. We got Dr. John hanging out with us. Gustavo was here early. Monster Pete, Sheila, Ryan. What's going on? Pipsqueak. A Jetman knows what time it is. It's PFO time. Got Pop Funko UK. Sir Bass is hanging out. Brandon, what's going on? Laney.
Hi, Mom. Vince's mom is here.
Mom is here. That's an important one. Mom is here. Magma is here. Who else do we see? I saw Jeremy came in.
I was just gonna say, you know who I don't see? Where is that? Where is our happy-go-lucky John tonight?
Probably watching like Whatnot or something like that.
I was just chatting with Joanna, and I should have probably asked if John was going to be around tonight or not.
Cheers.
John's running late. We decided to start on time.
You got your mom here.
That's all that matters to me.
So I guess we can bring in the other member of PFO.
See?
Here.
Told you guys. You thought you weren't getting him. Look at it. You got him and the stash. She brought 2 people with him tonight.
I could go if you guys
no,
want me to
you
go.
keep your little body there with your stash.
All right, we'll do. I apologize. Just ate a very quick dinner.
You mean you inhaled the dinner? You didn't?
Oh yeah. No, it was an amazing burger, but yeah, I only had it for about 180 seconds.
Hey.
So. Lots going on. A lot's happening.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, and we got a lot of people popping in. Happy Thursday is right. Happy Thursday. So, how is everyone doing? That's what Gerald wants to know. I think it's important to find out how everyone's doing.
Well, I'm amazing. John, how about you? Are you amazing?
I'm doing pretty good. I had a long day, but doing pretty good.
I've had a long life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They felt long too. So
I guess we need more information about the burger.
Cheese?
It was a double burger, which I wasn't expecting. I thought I was only getting a single patty. It was a double patty. So that was a nice treat. So yeah. It was very good. Oh, look at that, Vince! Your mom's here.
That's what I said. I said that. I was
Vince's mom.
Yes.
Now, did it have cheese?
Did it have cheese?
Was it a burger or a cheeseburger? That's what the question was.
He doesn't even know. He had it for not even 30 seconds.
There was many elements to this.
He doesn't have a clue really what was in that burger. He just knows there was 2 patties. Other than that, the rest was a guess.
Yeah, there's got to be something else we can talk about.
And we won't find out until tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Let's just move past that burger at this point.
Aaron is here. Hello, Aaron.
How you doing, Aaron?
Oh, man. So a lot of, I'd say a decent amount of news came out this week. I think decent amount of news. I grabbed some of the stuff that came out. So a couple
I felt
things.
like it was a good week for the most part.
Yeah. Some interesting things, of course, as always with Funko.
Not good for you though. When you get your neck locked up.
Yeah, I just read that. I'm so sorry, Sheila. That's terrible.
Sheila, feel better. Ooh. That is the word. You know what's funny? When you get old, John. Here, I'll speak to you this way. You got to be careful washing your hair. You know when I mess up my neck most of the time? Washing my hair. Like I'll be in the shower, all happy, ready to get the day started. And I just twist it the wrong way, and then it's, You know, you got to do one of these for like 2 or 3 days from washing your hair. That it's rough as you get older.
I've had that happen to me already a few times.
Oh, John, you're in trouble.
Terrible. Yeah, it's terrible.
You're in big trouble because it's going to get worse.
Actually, well, speaking of trouble, you know who's in trouble? Gerald. Gerald is in trouble because I don't know.
I would love to hear why.
I don't know how Joanna and I are just like flabbergasted as to how this man found out what we were doing today. So Joanna and I spent the better half of today revamping the website with Shopify, and not 20 minutes after we hit, go live, like launch all the new layouts and everything we have. There's no products up yet. We're still working through all the kinks. We get a lovely message from Gerald who says, "Love the new layout." 20 minutes, not even.
Gerald don't mess around. He's on top of it.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. So it took a lot of work. I would say Shopify, maybe we're just very technologically behind, but I don't think Shopify is as easy to set up as most people say. There are so many different features and different
too many options.
I just need basic shipping, products, pictures, finances.
You're speaking
whatever.
like an old person.
It's that time already. Anyway, I appreciate you, Gerald. Thank you so much for your kind words. So we had a new I was actually watching some other Funko live streams on different platforms last night, and I found out something kind of crazy. Did you guys, I don't know if you guys can believe this. There are people out there who don't know about Funko YouTube. There's people that don't know about Top Pops. There's people that don't know that there's actually content creators on YouTube, and
I'm not surprised by that.
Where are they at? Where are they hiding?
I was watching an Instagram live, and I couldn't believe it. They didn't even know that there was YouTube channels, let alone a YouTube channel with almost 3 million followers dedicated to Funko. Joanna and I were listening, and I fell out of my chair. I couldn't believe it.
I'm actually surprised when the opposite, when somebody actually has heard about any of us. I feel like,
well, no, I'm not talking specifically about us.
You're talking the big,
Top Pops.
Yeah, I'm talking about Top Pops. How do you not know who Top Pops is?
That's kind of crazy.
See, well, Kelce, I don't think they were trolling because they didn't really know. I wasn't really participating too much in the chat. And not that my name is recognizable or anything, in a lot of parts of the community, but I don't think the way they were acting, I don't think they were trolling or joking. I think they were serious, which was very scary. So I don't know. I guess it's second nature to us because we're on YouTube. We make YouTube videos. I guess if you asked me who the biggest Twitch Funko creator, I couldn't tell you, but
I don't think there's much. I've checked it before. I don't think there's much.
I don't know. I was just surprised. I was very surprised. So just because
13 months. 13 months.
That's true. Yeah, that's true, Randy. Not everybody watches YouTube, but just I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So who? What else would there be? I guess like you said, they're on a different platform, but still I feel like there's a lot of other, I don't know. I feel like they're pretty well known on other platforms still as well too, right?
Yeah, you get there's groups. You got the Facebook groups, which I don't, Facebook groups for the most part are kind of sad.
Are local.
You get a lot of negativity. I've enjoyed my Instagram experience probably the most.
Instagram is good.
And YouTube. YouTube and Instagram as far as a community feel. I was chatting with a couple people earlier. I like the interaction. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Susan. She's listening to us right now in the car as she drives home. Please drive safely. And we always appreciate you.
Our soothing voices.
I always found it interesting that people were still using that Funko forums.
Oh yeah, never
forum stuff.
Never use that.
I'm people use forums still. I didn't know. Like
forums were a big deal.
I know they were.
But yeah, they're definitely not a big deal
I was
anymore.
surprised.
There's a lot of different avenues to take. Yeah, not like I'm I can't even say technologically, but not that I'm that technical.
We get it. We know what you're trying to say.
Even though I'm not that technical.
Technologically advanced, yeah.
See, it's harder than you expected.
No, it is. It's very tough. Yes, everybody, if you guys haven't done so already, please go bookmark Professor Josh's charity auction coming up tomorrow night. Are you ready, Josh?
Yeah, tomorrow night. Yeah,
man, that came
a lot has been loaded. So I was going to announce a bunch tonight, but a lot has been loaded in there. So if you want to check it out, Randy sent some stuff over. I appreciate it, Randy, for sending some things over. So I loaded all the stuff that people sent over to donate, and also all the buy it now mystery boxes are loaded too. Oh, look at this! Cheap Squeak just picked up 4 different mystery boxes. So
nice.
Oh, I'm gonna be grabbing mine.
There's a little bit for everyone. So, if you want to talk about this, we could go. Let's see. Hold on.
Yeah, let's talk about it. There's 99 bookmarks. Let's get one more. Let's get it to 100.
Because we can. So I loaded everything in, and I wanted to make something for about everyone. That was my thing with mystery boxes. I want to make something that could fit everyone's budget, and all those things. So we have 24 of the Pop and Soda mystery boxes. The top hit in there is a Huckleberry Hound. There's also another autograph pop that's in there, and then there's also at least 3 chases. Could be 4. The last 6 of them, I had a mixture of sodas I put in there. I don't know if one's a chase or not a chase or what, but they're guaranteed 3 because 3 were from cases. Funko Soda mystery box has 7 chases at least. There are also some sealed ones in there, so it could be more than 7. $15 for that one. So that was cheap, kind of easy to buy. And then we have the big boy. We have the Count Chocula Hunt for Count box. That's $60, 3 to 4 pops, $65+ in value. 5 boxes are over 100. So some great stuff in there. And then we have a ton of things that are up there for they're going to be up for auction. So there's going to be a good variety of stuff in there. So you're going to see a little bit of everything. There might be some more stuff added tomorrow, but right now I got most of it loaded. So a good amount of stuff loaded. So go over there and grab a box. I appreciate it. We're going to open them live. If you're not there, no big deal. I'll send it, you get sent to you. We're going to be doing the proxy system because we can't have all the boxes in one place at one time. But once we sell out like a run, if we sell out a run, we'll go ahead and start opening those boxes and stuff like that. So some good stuff. We're raising money for scholarships. I appreciate everyone that donated everything. We donated a lot from our own collection. There's probably a good $3,000 to $4,000 worth of Funko product.
Nice.
In this auction right now. Like I was doing the math on that $60 box. Like I did it low because I know it's probably it's close to $2,000 worth of product in there.
What's the do you have a goal or what's the game plan?
I think the goal is trying for, it's not like last time, trying for about $3,000 at least. If we get more than that, hey, that's great. If we get less, we get less, but I would hope to get around $3,000 between selling. If we sell out all the mystery boxes and we also sells all the auction items that will be up for auction too, I think around 3,000, maybe hopefully some more than that would be nice. But yeah, it'd be great to
let's get
at least
there.
That lower than what we did for the fall, but we didn't branch out as much. Like I asked companies and all kinds of stuff in the fall, but we do 2 a year, so I don't want to ask everyone twice a year. So this time it was a lot of community people that helped donate stuff, which was really cool. A lot of people that come watch us. Randy was there. Pops with the Hop was there. Wayne donated a big box of stuff. All kinds of people donated stuff. So I really appreciate everyone that sent something over.
That's awesome.
I got my $60 box. Guys, go get your boxes. Let's get those sold out before the show. It's always better before. It takes a little pressure off because when you're trying to raise money for charity, it's different. I mean, don't you guys feel I feel like an obligation for some reason.
I feel like, for yourself, it's kind of like whatever. But when you
you have
trying
good
to
weeks and
raise money
bad weeks.
for
When you put this
charity,
amount
like
of
you
work
said,
in and it's for
yeah,
somebody else, it's I don't know. It puts
people
a
help
little.
donate stuff. It was like it's not all just like on you. So
Yep.
yeah, becomes a lot bigger. But yeah, go check those out. I'll post more about this. You'll see some stuff tomorrow about some of the things going on. But yeah, there might be some surprises too. So pay attention to Instagram. You never know what might pop up and some new things that will go on. We'll probably do some giveaway too as well. But I don't want to be full of giveaways. I want it really to be about raising the funds for the
Yeah.
scholarship and things like that. So I appreciate everyone that if you buy a $15 box, if you buy a $60 box, if you just come out and purchase something and it ends up going for $5 and you get it for $5, whatever it is, it means a lot to us.
That's awesome. It's going to be a great show.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be a lot of fun. A lot of, it's a lot of work, as you guys know. We're not doing a 24-hour stream like some other people, 12-hour stream or whatever it was.
I don't recommend it. I mean, we are truly blessed to have the community that we have. But yeah, if you can keep it under like 6 hours, it's definitely a lot more manageable. So
yeah. So that's why we're starting a little earlier too. We're starting at 7 just to have some more time to get in there to get some stuff, so it doesn't get too late as we go on, because we need to pack all the stuff as well too, and that's always the fun one. As John knows a little bit about that, and Vince too.
Oh yes,
Trying to get it out within those couple days.
Patrick, no word on the Velma soda yet, but I know you're a big Scooby-Doo guy. I know you're excited about that one. As soon as we find out any update, we will definitely share it.
Yeah, I'll be all over that one.
Did FYE update their site? Because they are the ones that had it, right? Or Entertainment Earth. Entertainment Earth had it, right? That's where I pre-ordered it, I think.
Did you? I don't have any on pre-order right now.
I can't remember.
And there's not a ton of Velma.
No, what was it?
8,000,
something.
I was actually looking at, I don't know what got me on. I don't even actually. I might have been looking at the tail soda to see how much the tail soda is going for right now. So I was looking at like some of my most expensive sodas. I didn't realize Scooby-Doo is like crazy expensive.
The Scooby Common is like $30.
It's got to be, yeah.
I
mean, you kind of have to have the Scooby Common, but there's still some sodas that are pushing 150 plus. I was kind of surprised. I'll be honest. I was kind of surprised to see some of the chases up that high still.
People want them. They want the chases.
I love it.
This is how soda should be. Definitely.
The low piece count?
Yeah, 7,000. Perfect.
Like, 7,000. Yeah, even better.
Yeah, 7,000 is great. I mean, not like a super complicated mold change here. They just swapped out her hand, but I'm fine with that,
Yeah, for the Scooby-Doo stuff, I'm good with that as well.
February.
What would they do,
sometime this month.
Oh, look at that. Daniel, you're sitting on a little gold mine there. 2 Scooby-Doo soda chases. Nice.
Amanda.
Oh, thank you, Amanda. Appreciate that.
Speaking of someone else that sent over a bunch of stuff.
Alex is the man. He still has an unopened Scooby-Doo cooler? Oh man. That's
definitely do not have that.
That's exciting.
We might have one. We opened a lot, but I'm thinking we have one, maybe. So.
When the Scooby-Doo cooler came out, I was like on Whatnot doing breaks. I was buying stuff left and right. I think we got to have a bunch of comments. I don't even know where I put all my Scooby-Doo stuff.
And the thing is too, there's still a bunch of characters they could do. Like we never got like a Captain Cutler soda. Like there's some other villains that they could bang out,
There's other villains. You got Prospector Pete, or no, not Prospector Pete. Is it Prospector Pete? Is that not the Toy Story one?
That's Toy Story.
I'm thinking of the Minor 49er, not Prospect. It's along the same line. I think it was Minor 49er or something like that, or Minor. I don't remember what the guy's name is now.
So, speaking of sodas with a large number around them.
Speaking of sodas that will never sell out.
I mean, never say never. I mean, the anime
I'm saying
community
never right now.
is pretty large. Didn't the Sanderson sisters sell out? Or are they
Finally.
still up?
Disney. I feel like I don't know. I don't feel like the anime sodas caught on the same way.
I don't know.
Hey,
maybe we
some
need.
people are
I know
gonna buy
there's
them and love
some
these.
anime fans in the chat. What would it take? What, One Piece? Attack on Titan? Like, what would be like the anime that goes like, boom, and gets all these collectors in on sodas?
I feel like sodas are different. I don't know what it is. It's kind of weird. It's like I've never seen any, like, even in the heyday of soda, like when stuff was going like pre-orders and all that, I never felt like there was that clamoring for the anime.
Maybe it's because the sodas are like too basic because the pops are so detailed, like it could never compare. Well, but it's also weird because I feel like what gets the anime people going is that chance at a chase. Like all these pops that have these crazy chases, like everyone's going after them.
I think that's what Funko was thinking too, and the reason why they made 25,000 of each of these. I just, I don't know what it is. Sometimes I'm not saying that we have like this big influence, but like I say influence in general, I just don't see like anime influence type people are big on soda. You know what I mean? Like the stuff, it's just not as like, I don't know. Like anime is super mainstream now. I just feel like the sodas are kind of like a niche thing, and now you got anime sodas, which is like a niche of a niche, and I just feel like those never really caught on.
There's got to be something more to it though, because like I'm a Star Wars. I think all three of us are Star Wars fans, but like I'm diehard, like through and through, all day, like ride or die for Star Wars, right? And I'll be the first one to tell you, there are some Star Wars sodas that are super lackluster. Like they're just not that exciting. But I gotta have them. Like I'm still like, I gotta be as near complete as possible. And I see a lot of other people like that. They're like, I gotta have that Princess Leia. I gotta have the Padme Amidala, even though the only difference is, one is metallic and one isn't. So why aren't we seeing that with the anime crowd?
Yeah, I don't know. And it's also, you got to look at it this way too. It's also characters that have been done, like Kakashi. I would venture to guess we have at least 6 Kakashi. Naruto.
Yeah, but I remember how crazy people were for the pop that came in the like looks like a KFC bucket or whatever, like a ramen bucket or whatever it was. Like it wasn't that.
Yeah, with the lightning, I think it was.
Yeah, like the problem, I think there's never been a super low count anime soda too. There's no hype, nothing to like this. If this came out and these were 7,000 pieces, I could see some hype around that. But since they came out and they came out with 25,000 pieces right off the gate.
Yeah, and Josh, you might be onto something in general.
That's a good idea.
You know what I think you run into? And I think that the sodas in general, this actually kind of goes back to what I was talking about, looking at prices of chases. When some of these chases are only like $30 on PPG, and you're paying $15 to $18 for some of the, like, now it really starts to not make sense to open a bunch of sodas or really buy more than one. You know what I mean? You buy one and it's like, okay, well, do I want to spend $30 and go get this chase now, or do I want to spend another 15? So it really drives that even less. So now you got 25,000 pieces. These chases, how much are they going to be, and how many are going to be open? You know what I mean? It doesn't build a lot of hype.
They're probably only going to be like 30, 35, maybe 40, depending on the character.
These are $18 sodas, and we know it at one point, since they're not going to sell out, they're going to go on clearance at some point.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I think it's deeper than price though, because I mean, there are some anime pops, man, I've seen people throw down hundreds of dollars for, and I look at it and I'm like, I don't know, like I just don't know those characters. I wouldn't know that pop is $400 just looking at it, but you go into an auction or you see on eBay or you go on Macari and you see people are throwing down. So I don't think $18 is really holding back, or if we're going to say the $3 difference between a $15 and an $18 soda is holding back the anime collectors?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. It's hard to, I'll always go back to the Marvel because like I'm huge, like I love Marvel.
Marvel's another great example. Yeah.
But it's also, if you look at like the sodas, like I'm not really interested in the Marvel sodas that much. And I mean, I hate to say that. I just never felt like the Marvel sodas translated as well. So I never really got behind it the way that I thought I would have. Even the Star Wars ones, you're right. Some of them are lackluster, but in general, like I've been pretty happy with those. Some of the chases have been whatever. But you know what I'm saying? And when you get that, and now you don't have like this real strong demand, and maybe some of those piece counts were too high. Like 20,000 piece Iron Man probably was too high now looking back at it, because I remember when it first came out, it was like an $80 chase for a while, but like that's come back a lot. I don't even know where the Iron Man chase is.
We just got it the other day. It's $75.
Is it really?
We just got it in the other day. It's going back up. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Well, because you can't find them.
I think the problem is with Marvel is they don't have a defined direction, because
I agree with that.
Half of it's MCU, half of it's comic. And I feel like most Marvel collectors nowadays, they're very divided on what they collect, because there's too much of both, at least in pop form. You can't collect all the MCU pops and all the Marvel pops. You have to have like 3 houses. So I think a lot of people, I think you started doing this, right, Vince? You started focusing more on the comic style of the versions of the characters as compared to the MCU. And I think a lot of people have done that too. And I think also, the unpopularity of a lot of recent Marvel Cinematic Universe projects has contributed to that as well. So I think if they came out and they were like, hey, we're only going to go, I mean, because comic book style is safe. Like you could just bang out all the comic book versions of the characters and you should get a majority of collectors. When you're going off of a project that's on the big or small screen, you're kind of taking a risk because you're kind of depending on the success of that project to get people to buy those items.
Do you think maybe the anime stuff is like that one last hope for the flipping? Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's still enough hype behind the anime stuff where when there's a chase, and especially since they started going to like this buying 12, I feel like people are buying 12 and they're selling this stuff out because they're selling it out to the people that are trying to get these chases that they're going to be able to turn around and flip. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying in a bad way or a negative way or anything like that. I'm just wondering if it's that one side that there's still enough hype, because the chases, like the day that they come out, go from a $15 or a $15 piece to like $150 or $200 piece the next day. There's not a lot of stuff like that in Funko anymore, really.
No, and that's true. I mean, that probably is keeping a lot of people engaged who aren't collectors. They're just people that see
exactly,
to make profit. When you take out, I mean, that's kind of what we're seeing, and I think we talked about that a little bit last week, like with some of the values kind of, some stuff going up very slightly or coming down and steadying out and everything. Like you're seeing the prices of everything, like they're reflected by the buyers who are true collectors. So yeah, I agree. I mean, if I'm Joe Schmo, I'm sitting in my basement and I hear there's a big Funko drop of Luffy Gear 5 and there's a chase that's going on the aftermarket for $150. Well, yeah, I'm going to buy 12 of them. I'm going to cross my fingers. And the other thing with some of these, I don't know if you guys are seeing this too, I'm seeing that people are able to sell the commons for slightly above retail as well.
Right. And that's kind of where I'm saying, I think that some of the anime, like, not everybody, we've talked about it before, not everybody knows about the Funko shop. So if you're able to buy 12, I think that you are able to get rid of these commons, because there's not, like Kaido and, man, I hope I just said that right. But some of the other ones, like there's a lot of Luffys. There's like 12 Luffys, but some of the other characters, there's not a lot of, and somebody might have that they want to pick that one up. So it's something, again, it's one of those things that I think you still have a little bit of demand from the flippers that can churn that around. And like I said, the flipper aspect, I mean, we've debated this and gone back and forth with that all the time. I think that they still are able to drive that hype a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there's hype there to be driven. And like you just said, John, you're able to flip the commons, even if you get retail for it and you make your money back or a couple dollars above, you got this chase that you might be able to sell for whatever. And I think that's not happening with the sodas, because with 25,000 pieces, I just don't think that those chases are going to be crazy expensive. And I think only you're getting fans that buy them, which is smaller. It is a much smaller sect of people to pick up stuff just to collect it because you enjoy it.
Well, and that's why, to Josh's point, there is absolutely no reason why Funko couldn't capitalize on every single line and once in a while drop a low piece count soda of a character for every line. Like there's no reason why it shouldn't be the case. It's like that with Pops throughout the years. There's low
and
piece
they all have
in almost
so many
every
characters.
genre.
Like
Yeah,
anime, all the animes have like 50 characters at least that are in there. But it's bigger than the Star Wars universe. I feel like sometimes with some of these animes, how many are coming out that are so different. Different names, different whatever. Plus, there's so many seasons of it. So each time a new season comes out, it's a evolution of that character. So you have that. I think another reason, I think Funko Pops, I was just at Megacon last week. We only went on Thursday for a little while and kind of walked around and hung out. But the signatures, I think autographs and things like that are a big reason. All these anime voice artists go to every single con. They're at a con every weekend pretty much, because they really don't get paid like super crazy amount, but they go to all these cons and stuff because that really like a huge income for them is going to these cons and sitting at a table for 8 hours or whatever they're doing and autographing people's stuff and talking to their fans and all those kind of things. And that's a huge part of their life, like every weekend. I bet you they're at some con, small or large.
Yeah, and I mean the Pops are going to lend themselves perfect to that. So yeah, I think you might have hit the nail on the head with that. I think that could be one of the reasons. I think we just listed about 8 reasons, and now it's starting to make a lot of sense why we probably don't have the hype, and you don't have the same kind of like what we just seen with Velma. And I could go back even back in the day, like Scareglow I think was around 7,000 piece. Like they must be able to make money, and I know it's probably not as much as they want to make, but they must be able to make some money with the 7,000 piece count, 8,000 piece count, 5,000 piece count. They must be. I don't think they would have ever started that to begin with. So seeing that go back to that, I
have hope. I have a lot of hope.
I have some hope. I've got some hope. I'm looking forward to Velma.
Just remember, if they could drop a 2,500 piece Snagglepuss, which, let's be real, like 99% of the people had to look up who that character was, including myself. I didn't know who it was. I looked it up. I was like, who is this guy? But if they can make a 2,500 piece Snagglepuss, there's absolutely no reason they couldn't make a 2,500 piece Loki or a 2,500 piece Hunter from the Bad Batch or some other obscure anime character that's popular right now. Like, they can do it. They can definitely do it. There was a couple things we missed in the chat. I wanted to say hello to Will's Pops. Thank you so much for jumping in. Anthony never asked, says, with the One Piece live action Pops rumored, you might see a similar thing when and if those come out. I'm guessing with the hype and some potential chases. Gator also said the Wolverine soda is fire. I 100% concur. We have purchased, I think, 10 of the X-Men coolers, and I popped out the Wolverine from like 5 of them because so many people have been asking for the Wolverine soda specifically. So it's funny that people like want specific sodas from the coolers, but clearly they don't want to buy the cooler. They just want like the 1 or 2 popular characters. Actually, well, the thing is opposite though with the Peanuts cooler. All of our Peanuts, I think I have 1 extra peanut soda. All the other ones, people have been buying up.
Peanuts like was great. Another, like, talking about translating perfectly to sodas. The Peanuts are fantastic. And, that is, we've said it, it's kind of why we love sodas as much as we do. Like, you could get a whole set of characters. It takes up like this amount of room. You know what I mean? Like, it's it's such a beautiful product. And I mean, some of the like the Peanuts characters, the Peter Pan sodas
Peter
as
Pan
well.
is good, yeah.
Man, just such amazing pieces. I mean, they really feel like they haven't got the love that they, and maybe it's going to come back around at some point, because I think people are missing out if most of the people that watch us and most of the people that are here every week, I think we're all on the same page. Most of us are soda collectors, and we appreciate that. And there's some great stuff out there, and I'm hoping that they I hope we get some con stuff at a minimum. Even if we don't see a ton of commons, I'm okay, or common releases and that kind of thing. I think we kind of said it a couple weeks ago as well. I'm okay with that if we can get some con stuff this year. Have something super cool like the Snagglepuss, because that was probably, I don't want to say that was the last time I was really excited about a drop, but God,
that was the
it
last
long?
time you had to rush. You had
You
to be like,
rush. I love that feeling.
I have to be on the website. You know, even if I don't get one, I gotta be there to try.
Yeah, I need to miss out on something again. I really need that.
And I think they should do that. Brandon said apparently Dish Trackers just posted pictures from Barnes & Noble. Looks like we're getting Bitty Pop Towns and Bitty Pop Rides. That's interesting.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to check that out. Also, I saw some people talking about the brand new Wizard of Oz pops that came out this week. I saw some mixed feelings, some mixed reviews, but Riley said his mom is so excited that she can get her favorite movie characters and not have to spend a ton of money.
Can I say something real quick about this? Because this is actually, so for me, this is fantastic. Let me tell you why. When you see an old set like this, like I get both sides of the fence. I get the people, there is going to be collectors as we move forward and down the road here. There are going to be collectors that like, what was it, Riley that said this?
Yeah, Riley, and then a couple other people said they were excited.
So this is fantastic. There are people that won't spend $30 on a pop or $40, let alone $100 or $200 for pops. Which I was one of those people when I first started. You wouldn't have caught me. I would have never spent $100 on a pop. It took me a long time to get to that point. And some people will never get to that point. And I think that's completely okay. But this is what's beautiful about the way Funko is now. They do release maybe too much, and maybe these aren't going to be worth, $40 tomorrow. But if you love the Wizard of Oz and you want to have a set of Wizard of Oz pops, and you can get them all for retail today, like, why is that bad? That is so great for collecting that people can enjoy that. Now, for me, like, there is a Pop King Paul released a box tonight. Cowardly Lion was one of the top hits from the OG set. I 100%, if we got that Lion, I would 100% keep it. And if we picked up any other ones down the road, I would probably keep that too. I like that there's old stuff, and I'm okay that there's new stuff. Now, we don't need 6 sets. We don't need this re-release next year either on their 99th birthday and the 100th birthday and, all those different things. But I think to have a set like this is fantastic. People were questioning a little bit with the metallic. If you guys know a little bit about this particular set, I believe they did a metallic witch back in the day, which is crazy expensive. They did a metallic wing monkey. I would love to have a metallic wing monkey. I will never own the metallic wing monkey from the past, but I don't know.
Never say never.
Good.
Never say never.
I'm going to say never, John, because I'm not going to actively.
Did you ever think you would own the D23 metallic Mickey Mouse?
No, but I would have actively seek that. I'm not actively seeking out an $800 wing.
You would not have pulled the trigger on that Mickey Mouse. 100%.
I definitely would not have.
You could seek it out all you want. If you're looking, you would not have purchased it.
You're right. You're right. I shouldn't say never.
So I agree. I also think this is great because I know there was a lot of people worried who do have this original set or pieces of this original set. They're worried about the values going down. The values are not going to go down for the older pops. They're so like few produced of the older ones. And you guys got to remember, like, year after year after year, pops get destroyed in the mail. Pops, like, they disappear. They just get trapped in attics and in the back rooms of comic book shops. They just don't see the light of day to collectors. There's just fewer and fewer.
No, and that's where, like, you can look at, like, if you look at it kind of like,
thanks, Lauren.
That older stuff, is the stuff that, you know, like hardcore collectors are going to go after. This set here is for people to enjoy. Like, you know, great example. Like I have Captain Rex out of the box because my box got smashed. You know, I wasn't brokenhearted because I don't expect that to be worth like $80 at some point. And if it is, I don't even care. That's now an out of a box pop for me that I'll enjoy. Now, if I can get the original Captain Rex, I'm still going to track it down. At some point, like that's one I want in the collection. I don't care if they release another 6 Captain Rex. For me, as a Star Wars collector, and you know, I enjoy the hobby of Funko collecting, I'm still going to try to get that one day and have that in the collection. But they can release 3 more Captain Rexes, and I'll still buy those.
Well,
and I want that original.
That was going to be my next example because the new Captain Rex 2-pack has been on the market now for about 2 months, you know, a little bit over 2 months. It started getting delivered in like beginning of December. Guess what the value of the original Captain Rex has done? Stayed the same. Hasn't gone down. Hasn't gone down. So like it just proves that the secondary market is so strong that it can handle new versions of characters coming into pop form again. Now, thankfully, I think I've said it a couple times. I think with the Captain Rex, they did it well because they made it a 2-pack. It's a different mold.
Where they went like with Thrawn, they might have taken.
Yeah, I think Thrawn has dipped, but I also think Thrawn has dipped just because the show didn't live up to the hype. But the older pops will always have substantially more value than the newer stuff. But at the same time, with this Wizard of Oz wave, there's also other parts of this aspect that gets the previous collectors also excited. How many people in the chat? I know Aaron has this whole set. I don't know if anybody else does, but I bet you there's some other people in the chat who have parts of this set that are definitely going to buy the Pop Town to display with their original Pop.
I think that was the best addition to the set because they needed something that really stood out from everything else they've made, and that's one thing they've never made. And so I think that Emerald City with the Wizard of Oz, you know, that's just a perfect for anyone that has this. Hopefully they all take it out of box too, because I think it'll look really great out of box with some of these. And that could be a nice thing too, right? You could have your $100, $800 pop from your original set, but you could buy these ones and take them out and not feel like
exactly. And you know,
worried.
That's exactly what I was saying, Jack. I mean, I think that's what. Now, one thing I think that they should have done, which would have been friggin' amazing if they would have done this. I think these all should have had a black and white chase. How cool would that have been?
Yeah, that would.
Like at the beginning when you got all the black and white characters, and then guys.
Can you imagine too if it was the people, like the black and white people, not their character?
Oh, like when they were still in Kansas?
Yeah, like when they were still
going next level. Yeah,
I saw some people saying that too, and I was like, "Oh man, that would knock it out of the park."
That would have been cool. But yeah, if everything would have been in black and white, I feel like that would have been.
But look at Kelce. Cool. Kelce has the whole set and is planning to buy the new wave as well, despite his wife saying we don't need it.
So I will say this: never asked. You could make it glow. You know, that'd be a really cool thing is taking that Emerald City and like making it glow on your own. Like that's the nice thing about something like this too. It's not super expensive. You could take it apart. You could customize it. You could do something fun with it.
Put some lights in there.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I think that if we start to look at it, when they released the set, this is what I started thinking. Like, I think it's okay. Like these are the things that you can enjoy a little bit more. I'm not saying you're going to destroy the boxes. You may still keep the boxes. And yeah, one day they could be worth, these all could make grails because there's stuff that was on clearance. Like go back 5, 6, 7 years. There was stuff that was on clearance that they were selling for $5, $6. They just didn't have as much media coverage at that time. But there was stuff that was clearanced out we all own some of these grails now that you could have bought on the shelf for a while. So, could these be worth something? Yes, possibly, but get them because you enjoy them. And we said, we kind of said this when we said this to new collectors, get what you really love. If you're getting what you really love, you're going to enjoy these anyway. So when they release these older sets, even if it hurts the value a little bit, it's never going to, like there is definitely going to be a difference between the old stuff and the new stuff. And I think that is what's going to make, I think that's where the evolution of, the collecting is going to be.
But with some sets over the years, I think when Funko actually releases a new wave, and this doesn't happen every time, but I think with like kind of off lines like this, I think it actually will make the older ones go up in value, because you have people that are like, oh my God, there's Wizard of Oz pops, and some other people, like, they could be in the chat right now going, they're looking up on PPG like, oh, what are the original ones worth? I didn't even know they made original ones. And then they start hunting, one by one, they start trying to go after the original ones. And now you have more people looking and trying to buy up, a supply that's already very limited. So that's going to make the values go up. So sometimes with these new waves, it actually makes the older ones go up in value, which is cool. So Will says he thinks his credit cards are going to cry. budget, and use our discount codes.
So I wanted to thank Pipsqueak Collectibles. They bought 4 boxes already, different boxes. So thank you. Poppin Duo. Hey, we got Vince got a $60 box. Thanks, Vince.
I'm eyeing up that $30 one too. I kind of want to go
$30 one. That's the sneaky winning box.
I might grab 2 of those tonight.
Gerald, thank you. Donna, thank you. Funko Weave, thank you.
Brandon,
you're in the house hanging out. Yeah. Brandon, yeah. And who's TWRAEKE? Who's that on here? Twerk, something like that. Twerk.
Sounds like an amazing person, whoever it is.
I was like, I don't know who they are, but thank you. They grabbed a $60 box as well. If you're looking to grab boxes, like I said, most of these are limited. Like once they sell out, they sell out. We're doing $20, 20 of the $60 boxes only, 24 only of the $30 boxes, and that Huckleberry Hound Grail is in there. Got that OG count, and that count is in great condition. It's my own personal one. I'm not going to go after the other monsters, so I was like, I thought I had people vote between this and Beavis. I already had Beavis and Butthead. Had extra Beavis, but
that OG
were you just talking about G White? G White is Gerald.
No, I see Gerald in there. Yeah, that's the thing. TWRAEKE.
Okay.
I don't know who that is. I don't recognize it. I was wondering if they're here under a different name. Sometimes,
Anthony Blaze just got a single soda box. There you go, Anthony.
Oh, thank you, Anthony.
Nice.
Thank you. And it'll be fun. It'll be fun to do these boxes tomorrow. And like I said, we'll have other stuff that are just up. You can check out the auction items. So if you want to favor anything and know when it goes live or anything like that too, check out those. Always you can do pre-bids too. You never know. You might just win off your pre-bid. You never know.
Josh, could you tell me which is the top hit box in your?
You know what the great thing is? How I'm doing these this time, Vince? I will never know.
There you go.
Oh well, I don't like that answer.
Because
I don't expect any special treatment.
I think this is the super fair way I'm doing it. So I'm using the proxy version of it.
Oh,
so every number box.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Have randomly shuffled, assigned behind it a letter to it. And I'm going to have all our boxes will have letters on them. So when I open your box, it'll say, you said you want box 12. Well, I open your box 12 and it'll be like, oh, you got box D. The hit in that box is this.
Gotcha.
And then we'll have your box in that. So we can have them all and get through them and get them out and show everyone.
And like ones as well, guys. So
the $30 ones have all sealed. So we'll open the sealed sodas for you live and all that good stuff. So we're not doing swap wall this time just because it becomes too complicated.
Yeah.
And everything's for charity.
Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Because, we're doing a great thing. So
nice.
But thank you, Will.
Kenyon Noble says Funko has a Sleeping Giants in the Twilight Zone license. Can't wait for those to drop, and they better be black and white.
Kenya, I totally agree with that. Black and white.
Speaking of Freddy Funko.
Twilight Zone.
Oh, yes. We got to talk about this. 3.0 is coming. Completely different from the fan vote options that we
got 2.0. No,
we got last year. No, 2.0 was like 2020. Oh, 2019 was 2.0. Wow. We got the soda. 2 years ago in 2022.
Yeah.
Wow.
San Diego Comic-Con, right?
Right.
Now, yeah, because the first one they were at Disney World and they ran and found or Disneyland. Disneyland. But yeah, they went and found Tristan and gave him the first one, rightfully so. And just like that, he got the first 3.0, which I think is fantastic, by the way. Once again, saw some people complaining that it wasn't fair that he got the first one. Like, he is literally.
Why would it not be fair? He's got the most gigantic. He's the only one that probably deserves a social media one.
He is literally the Funko ambassador. So
yeah, I think that it's fair.
Support him getting it every single time. I actually hope they make another soda, and I don't think it's a bad thing if we had a social media pop and soda like being given away at the same time, just to promote both products. I found it interesting that they took so long to come out with another social media Freddy Pop, but I think it looks great. It's kind of simple, holding the sign and everything with the little emojis. I think it's perfect.
He's got the sweatsuit on. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Got some nice kicks looking,
But the deeper meaning behind this is so they just announced some Fanatics of the Month for January, and seeing this new pop, like it more, to me, the first thing that it screamed was like, is Funko gonna actually like engage in social media?
Get back to doing that, like Brandon just said in the do they run content? They used to.
Apparently there's one coming out at the end of the month, from what I hear. So there should be another one. Make sure you're following them on Instagram and everything. They're going to be giving these away. Now, these aren't limited. So if you guys, if you don't know about the first two pops, they were going for crazy money on the aftermarket. The same thing will probably be the case for this one. Like, if you really want one of these, try to win one through the challenges or just wait. Because I'll like, for instance, I paid $400 for my 2.0. And I think it's worth like 100 now, and I want
because the longer you go on, and if you say, I didn't realize it came out that long ago, but the more you go on, obviously more are getting into circulation. They eventually, you'll start to hit the market demand on it.
Yeah, and you just don't know, like, the soda was limited to 2,000 pieces because that actually has a piece count. That's always going to hold a pretty good value, especially that chase. Oh my God. I don't think I'll ever own that chase. But this one, like they could have made 20,000, 50,000 of these. Like, we don't know how many they made, so I'm trying to see. Yeah. The 2.0 is worth $135 and the 1.0 is worth $180. So
yeah, both were definitely double that at some point.
Yeah, like 1.0, I think I got mine for like 80 from someone or something like that at one point because they won it. Yeah. I mean, essentially they won it, and they were like, "I don't care about Freddy Funko, the character. Will you do $80 for it or something like that?"
Yeah.
So, the other one I actually did win. I actually got that one and won it, which is awesome. And then the same with the soda, was able to get that. So that one has really dropped in price. If you've noticed the price of the social media Freddy soda.
Yeah, I'm hoping it keeps dropping because I really want to comment. I don't think I'll ever be able to afford a chase, but
chase won't drop. I don't think. I don't see the chase dropping. But
you don't even see the chase come up for sale. And no, Riley, I did not finish that Halloween contest. I know I'm terrible. I'm gonna
next
make
Halloween,
it
Riley. Don't worry, it's right around the corner.
It will be next Halloween. He's gonna announce it live.
I know. I'm gonna make it up to everybody. I'm terribly sorry about that. Some stuff just slips through the cracks.
So yeah, the Freddy Funko red shirt common is now $290.
Yeah,
which is a pretty big drop.
Yeah, if it dips below like 150, I'm definitely pulling the trigger.
The chase hasn't dropped though. It's $2,260. You don't see those.
I'm fine. I tried to win that. I don't know what else I could have done, like to try to win the common or just to try to win one from Funko. Like, I did a lot of their challenges. I don't know. I make videos. I don't know. I gave up.
I wonder if they still have some.
You would think that would be enough.
Yeah.
Sitting there.
That's what I was wondering. That's what I said in my reel the other day. I was like, I'll take a leftover soda if you guys got one.
It's Tim. That's what. It's Tim.
Oh, what's up, Tim?
Thanks, Tim, for grabbing a box.
Yeah, Louisa, the soda chase on eBay is quite expensive. Quite expensive.
Oh, and thank you, Chris. 3 favorite
Anthony.
collectors. I'm glad we made that top
Oh,
3.
wow. Thank you, Chris.
Thank
That's
you,
amazing.
Chris.
Thanks, Anthony,
I'm
for
glad you
grabbing
could join.
some. Frost Save grabbed some too. Thank you, thank you.
And speaking of sodas, I actually put a soda that they teased a few years back in my story over on Instagram. You guys remember this?
Thank you, Anthony.
The didn't hold the Fun TV soda that they teased.
Yes, I remember that one.
That
the
never
Fun TV disappeared.
Never came to fruition. Like, I'm just like wondering, like, did that soda just get stuck in
Where's
like
the 3-liter Freddy too?
that one too? Yeah, you guys can see it.
That's right.
This would have been super cool. I'd
Now-
still like it to be a thing.
So you remember they did the whole contest thing, like the game show and everything with Gator, and
Yeah,
like I wonder if they're gonna bring any of that kind of back at all. Ever.
I hope
Who
so.
misses that? I kind of miss that, to be honest with you.
Like it made it fun. It like
Well,
it brought in people, from the community. A lot of them were like old school fanatics too.
Yeah,
Guys, I even missed the little show that everybody complained about. I didn't mind the
the Fun TV.
yeah, I you know what? I'm being in all seriousness right now. It wasn't even necessarily because it was like the best show ever. Because hey, listen, I don't put on the best show ever, so I'm not saying anything bad about it. But what I'm trying to get at is like it made you feel a little more connected. Do you know what I mean? Like
brought
they
people
were
together.
engaged a little bit more.
Yeah, brought
Like, they
people
were part
together,
of
and
all this
it
stuff.
gave everybody a reason to like chat. It just created hype in the community. That's
Yeah,
all.
it's kind of like what we're doing here every week. Like, there's nobody else. I don't. I mean, there's other people that do weekly shows, so I don't want to be like whatever. But like bringing some of us collectors together. I wish that not more people in the sense that we need more viewers, because really that's great, but really it's just bringing people together. Because seriously, like it's fun being able to interact with each other. Like I've seen pops for sale. I've notified people notify. Like I don't know. I like all that stuff. I wish we could grow this a little bit more, really just to get more interaction with, people that don't know about it. Like I'm going to go on a tangent real quick. I apologize, guys.
I love these.
I've noticed, and I don't know if this is just me noticing this right now, but it seems like there's been an uptick in channels starting again.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? And I love that. I absolutely love that. If you guys start channels, reach out to us. If you're watching this on a replay, or reach out to me. I don't want to put pressure on anybody else. I like that I'm seeing more of that right now, because it just like there's people that have started channels, and you don't have to start a channel. You could just come here and we can just chat too. Don't feel like you have to do that. But when you do that, you're taking that next step into the, into the realm of collecting and wanting to be a part of something. And I really enjoy that. I've always enjoyed that since the very beginning. And, it's cool to see that kind of upticking it again. And I hope that everybody that starts a channel is having a great time with it, have fun with it, enjoy the interactions that you get to make with other people. There's a ton of people here that watch, a lot of the videos. So I don't know. I'm enjoying seeing what I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing like, I don't know, like this little groundswell.
It's new blood.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
What's really cool too, Vince, is if you can go in, and I know you do this because I've seen your comments on some.
Oh, I can't do.
But I think listen,
I'm not. I don't just say
comment.
this for TV, as we call it. I literally go in and I leave comments on all kinds of people's stuff.
I think it's fun to leave comments, and then also they're like, "Oh, thanks so much." I watch your channel. Like they watch our channel, and I think it's appreciative when we can find channels to watch and check them out. And I might not be able to check everyone's channel out all the time. Things pop in my feed based on like other things I watched, or things that you might open that I opened too that was mentioned, like a boom loot box or whatever, so those kind of things.
Listen, sometimes I leave comments and they're like, "Hey, you should start a YouTube channel. It sounds like you know what you're talking about." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? I probably should."
So I'll address. I know this has been a topic in our group chats a little bit. So what Amanda just put, some whatnot auctions getting crazy. People selling thousands of pops a day for for cheap. And the thing is, pops are going to go very cheap when you only put 5 seconds on the clock, sudden death, and then you start it for $1. Because there's what, like 2.5 seconds? Because there's a delay between when you, as the auctioneer, I mean, depending on where your internet is or how fast it is, there's a delay. So, but my thing is, I don't go into those auctions anymore because I've seen the auctioneers be so rude to people when they do put up like a $23 pop or something and it only sells for like $7 on 5 second sudden death. And it's like, you only ran it for 5 seconds. Like how
those are also not very fun.
But
no, it's not fun at all.
It's just not very fun. You even as a bidder, like I listen, I like getting deals. People get deals on our, like that. That's fine. That's part of this. You know what I mean? And people should get deals. I mean, I feel like I should get a deal once in a while. I feel like you guys should get a deal from us once in a while, and it happens. But at the same time, like you want to have a little bit of fun doing that and stuff. Auctions like that, I just don't enjoy that atmosphere at all. I'd rather go in
because it's not coming from people who are collectors or have the same interest as us. It's just a fire sale. Too. They're just trying to get rid of the product for as quickly as possible. Really, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, what they're doing is they bought it at a whatever percentage from wherever they got it from,
$1 probably,
and they're trying to just get
turn and burn,
turn and burn as quick as possible because it's the money they've already spent on that they're trying to recoup back at least, plus whatever else. But people have to realize like how much time out of your day it takes to sit there and sell that many. Get that out there, pack those up, send them out. And I've seen, now I get it where people are trying to like maybe start to get a audience and things like that to do it. But other ones, you know, we've seen that are they probably bought huge bulks from maybe a store going out or other things like that happen too. They're not buying personal collections. These are like people buying like the dump of a store that had 5,000 commons of soda or 5,000 commons of pops that were like in 6-pack containers, you know, that they're just trying to now dump and get rid of because they had to close their shop or, you know, they don't have their flea market business anymore or whatever it is that happened. I mean, you know, like companies like Big Apple goes under. Where do you think all their inventory went? You know, like like that, you know, like things like that all those kind of things go. I think, but it also hurts the market. I've seen a lot of people comment about that, feeling like it hurts the market as well, too, because then people come to expect that they're going to go into auction and get things for
I think it does.
$4.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that you're going to have, guess what you're not finding on there? You're not finding OG Wizard of Oz Pops. Do you know what I'm saying? You're going to find this stuff. And listen, it is what it is. Like, I think the newer stuff, you know, in the last year or two, I think that it's going to take a long, long time for that stuff to become valuable. Now, if you're only collecting for value, you know, I think those are a lot of the people that are maybe making their way out are the ones that only collect it for value. Because I'm not saying I don't collect for value, but I 100% collect for both. Like, I collect our older stuff for value and nostalgia. I collect some of the newer stuff as well. Like you've seen how much stuff, not that we buy as much new stuff as we probably used to, just because we have so much, but I still I still get excited by pops and the new sodas and that kind of thing. And yeah, the churn and burn, like every 10, like it's just too high. Maybe it's because I'm aging. I don't like that atmosphere.
I just don't like an auction that move like that. It doesn't
no,
feel
me
like
neither. It's just not. It's not enjoyable. I'd rather connect with the seller. And,
well, because there's no conversation, there's no dialogue. It's just like
exactly,
boom,
yeah.
You know, they're just boom selling it, boom selling it, boom selling it.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. You guys do our auctions.
Yeah, I mean, like Gator said, it's a great way to get commons. Though, yeah, if you're looking for something specific and you can go into one of these auctions and get it for $3, I mean, go for it. However. I do think that some of these sellers are not being upfront with the customers or with us as the viewers because a lot of these are damaged. There's not enough time. There's 5 seconds. You think they're pointing out damage? No, they're just throwing it on the spinner. So you're taking that gamble. And you also got to remember, like, if any company is selling 1,000 pops a day, like
They might not be treating him with love. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people have issues with the shipping and the delays in shipping because no matter how many people they have, if you're selling hundreds of items a day, that's going to take a long time to ship and pack up and everything. So, but yeah, if you can get something for a good deal, go for it.
Yeah.
I think, you know, that, and it's mostly the stuff you're going to have from the last 2 years. Like those are the things they're turning and burning. I think that's just we all know they overproduce some of the things.
Yeah, and I mean, Josh, you said it, and Will's Pops just hit the nail on the head. If you guys want to know like the actual thing, like it's all these companies like Big Apple that went under. It's all their inventory. Like the inventory for these companies doesn't just like sit in a warehouse and rot. People come in, they scoop it up for pennies on the dollar. So that's why they don't care if they run a pop and it goes for $6. It's because they paid 10 cents for it and they just don't care. They just want it out. They just want to get a couple bucks for it. And when you do that hundreds of times a day, well, yeah, then you're technically churning a profit. So that's why they can afford to do that. Like anybody else,
I mean,
can't
listen,
afford to do that.
It's fine. I don't see an issue with it. I think that it's fine if a company it's a business model.
Well,
and
you can I have some issues with it, but it's out of our control. Like if a company's going to do it, we have no control. Like
right, and like you vote with your dollar. I mean, if you can get a deal and steal and whatever, I say go for it. It's just not my cup of tea because I just don't like that. I just don't like it.
Yeah, the format of how it's being sold is not.
Yeah, it's just not for me. That's all. But I don't have an issue with it in general.
Like I remember someone showing there's a couple groups that like talk about like whatnot and everything, and you know, like none of us really, unless we're doing something charity or we know $1 starts. Like something actually sells for $1. You're getting maybe 30 cents off of it. 40 cents off of it.
I can't do that. I wish I could. I wish I could get.
And you're paying for the shipping supplies or whatever else to send it out, so you're probably not making anything off of it. So it's an interesting part of like even because you have a 30 cent per transaction thing. You know, like every time a transaction happens, is 30 cents right off the gate, and then your other 8% plus your other fees, the 3% almost off of taxes and shipping and the pop itself, any other charges. So it's crazy.
Monster Pete, great question. When is the next time Funko Shop has a sale? We don't know. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I feel like there should be something around the corner at some point here.
So did you guys? This came out after you guys.
Yeah, this was not. Yeah. Guys, actually, Josh, I'm glad you brought that because it happened. I think that Friday, or it was. Yeah, might have been. Friday.
Yeah, I think it went up the next day. Yeah,
I don't know what your guys' opinion even is on this because we haven't talked about it. I think this is absolutely amazing. Whether you like this pop or not, you could debate that. Listen. It's Funko Pop. Do you guys know what Pop stands for in Funko Pop? Pop culture. When they have a moment that's a pop culture moment. This is 100% what they should do, and they should have done this. Like, what I would love, they sell as many as they can, which I don't think
like a Kickstarter. You pre-sell it and then you make it.
You pre-sell it, you make it, and then you say, "Listen, 5,000 people pre-ordered this. This is a 5,000 piece pop," and forget value and all that stuff. I like that they can do something like this. Like, give us a couple. Like, do this every once in a while. Put up something else that you're. Hey, we're going to do this, or this. You guys decide. You know, whoever gets the most votes, we're going to do this. Like, this is the kind of thing I feel like they should be doing. A lot of people talk negatively about this. For me, it's not about the pop itself.
But why would this be negative? This is like a perfect in the moment. I guess if you don't like the whole Kelce Swift thing, I mean,
right. But exactly what you just said. That's what's bothered me about. You know, if people collect, when I seen how many negative comments, and this is why Funko's going down, and this is why Funko's this, and this is why that's that. It got me to
hilarious. Like,
I got to a point where I was gonna put this big post. I wrote the whole thing out, and I'm like, you know what? It's not even worth it because it just brings in more like whatever. to think that there's anything like what is negative. They're only making the amount that people are ordering. I mean,
Right.
it's a no-brainer for me. Whether you like this pop or not, like I said, that can be debated. I think this is fun. I like Jason Kelce. I think he seems like a good dude. I pre-ordered this. I can't wait to get and yes, in the middle of summer, this is probably not going to mean as much as it does right now, and it's always going to be that way. But I think that this was just such a cool idea that I wanted to be a part of it for that. And I love that a little bit goes to charity. But how can you, if you're saying stuff that is negative about it, it's like, why are you even collecting?
Well, there's people that say negative stuff about every single thing that's posted from every single company. It is not just a Funko issue.
No, you're 100% right.
When they drop a picture of a new product, I guarantee you in every single comment section, because there's people that have nothing better to do with their miserable, sad little lives, they will just say, this sucks, or you guys are stupid, or can't believe you're still buying this.
Yes.
And when in reality, those people have like terrible lives, and I wouldn't want to be any one of them. But I think
it really is social media in general is what it is. It's just, it's so sad to see people so bitter on stuff that, man, like at the end of the day, it's a toy.
So this was one of those
it's a collectible
that like met that moment. You
know?
This
was a beautiful pop.
Yes, I love this pop. I had an extra one I just found. And I was surprised to see it was only like $12.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of value, but I mean, it has
such a great looking pop, and it had such a great meaning when it had, what it was going for, the cause that was happening. You had to get it shipped from Australia, which is a crazy thing too. They didn't make them here. You had to get them from pop culture and everything. So I'm surprised. I wonder how many people just don't even know this pop exists anymore too. Because you don't see it. I never see it anywhere. Like, I don't see this, like, when I go into a store or anything like that, I don't see this sitting on the shelves. Or at, like, Megacon walking around. I don't remember seeing anyone have one of these.
Yeah. Lainey said one of you guys cameoed on a channel that's extremely negative. Kelce Pop included. I won't name them. Oh, like one of us? Like one of the three of us? That's kind of funny.
I like making cameos.
Can I get a couple cents? If I think we're owed a couple bucks then if somebody used it without consent. But no,
pretty face or John's pretty face or Josh's smiley face.
Unfortunately, there's still some negative channels out there. It is what it is. There's negative channels in every niche and every genre. That's why you just got to do what makes you happy. I'm so happy in this community and this hobby and everything. So yeah, I really don't care what other people think.
I mean, at the end of the day, listen, if you don't like the pop, I don't think you have to be positive on the pop. Like that's where I keep on going back to. You can have your opinion however you want on the pop itself, but I think the idea and what they were trying to do behind it, like I just don't see how it's bad. I mean, only people that are wanting it are pre-ordering it. It's a nice outside of the box type of way of doing something. And I think that should be applauded. I mean, listen, there's plenty of stuff that we can, not love. There's a lot of things that we talk about that we don't absolutely love, but I think certain things, it's just,
yeah.
Every once in a while,
they need to do more in the moment stuff, and with a pre-ordering system like they did, like they can't lose because they're only going to make as many that people want. And what's brilliant about it is when there's new collectors that come in 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, and realize that they made a pop off that moment, and that moment had significant meaning to them, they're going to go out and buy it, which is only going to make the value of that likely go up because there was a limited number produced of this pop, This is also genius. This needs to be applauded. So thank you, Josh, for bringing this up.
So, so this came out this week, which is funny enough. I'm looking at R2 that are like stacked on top of each other right now. They're right over there. But what do you guys think about the Pop Yourself 2-pack?
I think this is going to explode with weddings. I think anybody getting engaged and getting married over the next 5 years, I think this is going to be the easiest gift, the easiest DIY, thing to have. I think this, and not only that, this is going to be a huge hit for couples, friends, like anybody, close family members. This is going to be awesome for so many things.
Now, did you get anyone order anything from the Funko shop recently? They were like promoting Pop Yourself and trying to
I got
add a free buddy or something.
Yeah. No, I mean the Pop Yourself single boxes were a huge success. So
I think this looks just weird. I don't know if the sizing of it. I see Alex asking about the size, if it's more of a deluxe size box. I think it's just a weird skew. I don't think it's going to be any different because the Pop Yourself fit in a regular box. I don't know why they wouldn't fit in a 2-pack.
Well, if it doesn't fit in a 2-pack, I would guarantee you that they're going to make a 2-pack for it, like protector for it at some point, or another company will just come in and capitalize on that opportunity. So, but then again, I mean, it's not something like, if I got one of myself and Joanna, like I wouldn't be like so obsessed over the box condition, if it makes sense, because I would just be, obviously I don't want the box like ripped or super damaged or anything, but like if it had like a little, nick or a little bend here and there because I couldn't find a protector for it. Like it's more about having like two real people in pop form in the box that matter to me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it might be just a box big enough, like Pipsqueak says, to fit the two clamshells that are already made for the Pop Yourself people. So
that's what it
probably
looks
going to
like.
be a little different than the 2-pack ones.
Bruce says, I totally agree, but I think they will make way more than the pre-orders. I've seen it advertised besides the Funko community. So when more of the general public knows it's going to sell big time.
I mean, can it happen? Sure.
I mean, I'd be surprised on that if they make like a lot more than advertised, because I think the Kelce hype is dependent on the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. Am I right? Like,
no, well, not necessarily, because he actually plays for the Eagles, so it doesn't. He's not the Taylor Swift Kelce. He's the brother.
I know.
Of the Taylor
No, I know he's the brother, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't know who either of the Kelces were until this year.
Let's put it here. Let me say this real, because I think this will, especially, this is why I think that this scenario is perfect. If Funko makes a lot more, they're morons. And let me tell you why. Yeah, if they get, let's say 5,000 pre-orders and they say, well, we're going to make some money, let's make 8,000. Only 5,000 people were interested. Why would you make 8,000? You're going to throw 3,000 of them.
And how would they sell it without pissing off the community?
Exactly. If in this scenario, I think this is like the best of all worlds, because Funko, why would they make like, would they or could they? They could. I think as a business, it would be stupid on their part. They know where they're, they don't have to guess on this one. Like, I think they've, like, great example is that Kakashi and Naruto, they made 25,000 each. If they would have made 10,000, I don't think 10,000 would sell in a year. They made 25,000. They might be kicking themselves in the butt because they're going to be selling most of those half off.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they would burn their system, because if they sold 5,000, like you just said, and they said, you know what, we're going to double it. We're going to sell 10. We're going to make 10. We're going to sell the other 5 when the first 5 ship out. Nobody would ever pre-order anything from Funko again, because there would be no urgency. They'd be like, oh, okay, let's say next year some diamond Taylor Swift pop comes out. They drop it for pre-order or something. Her next tour is launching, right? And they're like, hey, get your Taylor Swift pop. Go, 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 go. Why would there be any urgency? Because then people will be like, well, you're just going to make 10,000 anyway, so I'll just get it when it redrops,
Yeah, I would doubt that they would do it in this scenario, especially. Like, listen, I've always been a little suspect on some of the numbers that they put out there, and for both ways. And I think we've talked about this before. Sometimes they say that they made a certain amount, we feel like there's been less. Many times we feel like they made a certain amount, we see that maybe there was a decent amount more. But in this scenario, especially, that's what I kind of love about it. Funko knows it can gauge what the popularity is going to be. I can't wait to see how many got pre-ordered. Like, because I'd be surprised if they sold more than 3,000, honestly. But I can't wait to find out.
Yeah. No, Pipsqueak, I definitely agree with you. I know the Kelce podcast is very popular. Joanna listens to it and everything. I'm
I
just
listen to it
saying
as well.
the Kelce name, I feel like, has exploded because of Taylor Swift. And I'll be the first one, and I'm sure we might lose a couple of followers and some subscribers over this, but maybe there's like one or two people out there who will resonate with me, but I am so sick of Taylor Swift. Like, she is all over my feed. I don't listen to her music. Like, I don't watch her stuff. Like, I saw her briefly at the Grammys last week, and I was disgusted because she dissed one of the biggest people in music, and she was extremely rude. And I was just like, wow, this is the person that everybody's worshiping.
My
right
Taylor
now.
was rude? What?
Yeah.
Listen, we're Swifties in this house, so I apologize, but we actually
Celine Dion, man. You don't mess. She dissed Celine Dion. She just grabbed the Grammy, didn't even make eye contact. No hug, no eye contact. I was like, I am done. Like, I wasn't even like a fan, but now I'm like against her. I'm done. Like, I listened to the old Taylor Swift years ago, but I think she was extremely rude, and she was very selfish to get up there, take her award, and go, by the way, I'm going to launch my new album, and I'm going to make $4 billion before the appetizers even hit the hit the table.
Listen, I give people if I ever won a Grammy, I don't know what I would do. I can't say that it would snatch a trophy out of Celine Dion's hand. I might snatch it, and I feel like I'm a nice person. I might have had a bad
moment. The Grammy, I would just hug Celine. Like, dude, it's Celine Dion. Like,
Celine doesn't like to be hugged, I don't think. Yeah, isn't that a thing?
Maybe that's
listen, we're the wrong probably people talking about this because we don't know
you give her the
about anything.
Then you kiss her feet or whatever. You give
her.
No,
I'm not kissing. No, I'm not going to do that. You have crossed the line at that point. I am not kissing Taylor Swift's feet.
Well, I'm sure as heck not going to grab the Grammy and go, "This is my 13th one."
You know what? I might though. That's what I'm saying. I might grab the Grammy. Yeah, I wish I was talented. I will never know. I'll never grab any. I can't even grab like a last place bowling trophy. So, who am I to say anything, I guess?
Well, I sure as heck wouldn't be selfish in front of the whole world watching.
See, Gustavo's saying he's agreeing with me. I think she doesn't like to be touched.
Well, you still can make eye contact with her and say, thank you.
Listen,
it's an amazing honor that you are here to bestow my 13th Grammy upon me.
I don't think Mariah Carey either likes to be looked in the eyes. I think that isn't that what they say, like their diva thing. Listen. What do I know? What do I know? I don't know.
I don't know.
You could be right.
She is going through a terrible disease, which is absolutely awful. So yes, her being there was even more.
I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, and absolutely amazing. So I just think at the very least you could just turn before addressing your sea of lovers that you could just say thank you. Just say thank you. That's it. Anyway,
she didn't. Is that confirmed? She didn't say thank you.
She did not. I've watched on a replay like 3 times.
I want to see her mouth in that.
Maybe Taylor has something against Canadians or something weird.
Oh, now we're going too far.
Nobody should have anything against Canadians.
No, nobody. Now we've crossed the line that we may never be able to cross back over. So
yeah, let's talk about Invincible.
Invincible. A lot of people are hyped about these. I've heard a lot of hype.
Have you guys ever watched Invincible?
No.
Disturbing, a little bit disturbing. I'll be honest with you.
I heard it's disturbing.
I enjoyed though. I watched all of the first season, and I rather enjoyed it in a weird way because it is a little bit disturbing.
Is it kind of like the cartoon version of The Boys? Like,
yeah. Well, probably even a little worse.
Oh, go. I don't know.
No, maybe not that worse. I didn't watch all of The Boys, but maybe not worse.
You haven't seen the last season of Boys. Then
no, I've heard some. Yeah, that's why. I retracted that statement pretty fast, but it's along those lines. It's pretty dark, but it's good.
Thank you, Susan. I appreciate you. Yeah, I heard a lot of people excited for these. I heard a lot of people more excited for the single version of these pops rather than the deluxe, but I think that's just a space issue.
I think we're at that point with all of the deluxe things. I'm glad they did this. I'm glad that they did them as the single version. The moment is actually a very pivotal moment in season 1. So, like, if you're huge Invincible fans, you will actually really probably enjoy the moment. I wouldn't be able to pick up the moment because I don't have room. And I don't think I'll pick these up because I probably wasn't that big of a fan. If one ended up in our mystery box, would I keep it? Probably. I'd probably squirrel it away.
We had this week. Did
you have a lot.
Get any packs?
You have a lot squirreled away, Vince. I'm kind of worried.
You can't even begin to understand. You can't even begin to understand. I started looking into my squirrel away pops, and it's very eclectic.
Okay. These, I was surprised, but also not surprised that they didn't do as well as maybe some people were predicting.
So. I don't know. I was not surprised they didn't sell out.
I didn't think they were going to sell out. I thought they were going to sell more, but I think Drop and Funko, I think they need to like go back to the drawing board, because I saw a lot of people who were just like, I'm just waiting until they hit the aftermarket, because I think all of these except for the Freddy will be well under $100. You know,
I think Freddy will be under 100.
I think the Freddy will actually hold a little bit of value.
I think the Freddy is listen, I think that these pops are cool, but are they $30 a pack? And
no, that's the problem. They're not $30 a pack worthy, and that's the issue.
Unless they were mega limit. Like, you know, I think they are missing the mark a little bit, because by them putting as many packs, like 15,000 and 15,000, I know a lot of people were thinking this was going to sell out. I think at 30,000 packs, it's way too much for something like this. I think these guys are great. And now on the secondary market, like I picked up a Carl today for $24. I pulled one Calavaria. I almost called him Juan Calamari. I don't think that's what his name is, but I opened up 2 of these packs, and we were lucky enough to get that. But even at that, like, it wasn't even worth the $30 I paid for the pack. So they're going to have a hard time with that kind of going forward, if that's where, you know, these pops are going to start coming in at.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for that Freddy. I think it's one of the best Freddys they've dropped in a long time. I think it's the best non-licensed Freddy we've gotten in years.
Yeah,
I definitely think the fact that it's glow, like Kenya Noble just said, yeah, it'll definitely hold some really good value, especially since not all the packs were purchased and everything. But I think with these non-licensed drops, they got to cap it. You got to cap it at like 2,500 packs, like something extremely low. You know,
you need to do it like the April Fool's pack.
Yes.
Which was 7,500 and 7,500. That would have been, and if they did 7,500 and 7,500, if you guys look at what they burned, it's a sellout for this series. And honestly, with a series like this, 100%, it's what they should have done. What I think that they're doing is they're okay with not selling out, but I think that's a bad strategy, because it just makes them look weaker and weaker.
Yeah, but exactly. Every drop you're losing customers. You might not necessarily be losing NFT collectors. It's just people are getting smarter. It's the evolution of Funko for however many years. It's the same thing. It's why people don't buy certain mystery boxes anymore. It's why people don't pre-order certain pops anymore. It's like people are just getting smarter because they want to get stuff for a good deal, you know?
Well, here's a great example. I mean, what Josh has got pulled up right here. So the royalty set right now, if you want to go buy every single card, which you got to have the entire set, except for the legendaries, of course, and the Grail. But you got to have the commons, uncommons, rares, and epics. Right now, you can go buy every one of those cards for $97.42. If you think that Freddy is worth $97.42, go pick it up right now. You have it, and you'll have it when it comes out.
You could buy all of them.
Packs. Cost of buying 3 packs. And there's no way you're going to get everything off of 3 packs.
I can guarantee you can buy all of them for $97. You can sell that Freddy for at least $150 when it first hits collectors' hands, and then the rest of those pops are yours for free.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You know, but that's where they're running this risk now of when they're not selling out. Now and I kind of said this on the last drop as well, it falls on the back of people that are buying packs. Like, I bought 2 packs. Usually we buy between 3 and 4 packs almost every time, because I'll open 1 or 2, and if I don't love the set, I'll sell the other 2. Usually make about $10 a pack, and you live to play another day. You know what I mean? We've pulled enough grails that it's made sense for it. But like a set like this, it starts to get hard when the royalties are already down to $20, $22, $24. It's hard to justify opening any more packs when
I also think Funko should have been smarter about this. If they, I don't know if Funko looks at the aftermarket. Like, I don't know if they looked at the aftermarket and said, wow, if like a year ago they were like, wow, the Wizard of Oz pops are super expensive. We should come out with an updated line because clearly there's a demand for those Wizard of Oz pops. If you look at PPG right now, there are so many fantastic plastic characters that are even limited, like 3,000.
Yeah, even the limited ones are
pieces
not worth much.
You can get like for $20 from like 2016. Even some of the amazing Carlos pops, which are truly beautiful pops, unless it's like one of the really, really limited ones, they all have very reasonable values here in 2024. So I don't know like what they were expecting, but they definitely should have had it like super.
Well, John, you know what I hate to say, man, I hate to say this because I'm one of those people that bought the packs. They're just putting out, they didn't, I'm not saying they didn't care, but if you really looked at it, like I kind of knew where this was going to be. I still don't mind spending, $60 trying to get the grail. We collect clown pops. I mean, we have pretty much all the clown pops. I would have loved in the 2 packs that we open, would have loved to pull the clown grail because I think that will still hold at least $100 value. But you start to get to a point where, you got to say, am I going to really spend $60 next time to pull, $12 worth of stuff? And let's say like me, I went 50%. One pack I got basically nothing. The other pack I got a legendary, but that legendary is not even worth $30. It's not even worth the price of the pack. You start to run that risk that it just doesn't start making sense. And now you're going to get people like me that buy almost every drop. Almost, not everyone, but almost every drop. You're going to start getting people like me that start to really pull back even more. And now, like, you're not going to even be able to sell out numbers that you were selling out a year ago. So they're kind of running that risk. I think that they got to really start being smart with the packs, because I'll go back to the Mickey real quick, because I know we don't want to talk too much NFT talk. The Mickey is super interesting right now. So far, there's only been, and I checked this yesterday or today, but I think there was only 411 grails pulled so far. So we're a decent amount in, and we're in. The most that we can get is around 500. So there's only been about 411. But what's even more surprising is the royalty set. The royalty set right now, there's only 466 as of yesterday or the day before. There was only 466 royalty sets completed, which means that Mickey, the band Mickey guy, could be around, let's say it's even 600 or 700, a 600 or 700 piece Mickey Mouse and a 400 piece Minnie Mouse is crazy to me. And to see what I've seen a lot of them selling for, like you could pick the Minnie up a couple times now for around 160, which is insane. Now I think the lowest on the market as of today was like 250 something, but the royalty sets are starting to get super expensive to build, because now people that own epics know that they can sell these epics for 30, 20, $30, and they're getting smart. Right. Unfortunately,
smart. Yeah.
When you have drops like this, people, again, they're getting smart. They see where this is going to be. They won't sell those secondary packs. As we move further away, I think that the packs that are available are going to drop even lower, and it's not going to be super successful. They do have to look, man, they really got to look into that, because I get them trying to maximize their profits, but I think they're hurting their brand in general by just putting too much out there, too many packs.
It's a short-term game, long-term loss.
Real quick on this one, this is the Back to the Future one, and it is spiked lately. So I finished mine just like a few days ago because I needed some more epics and a couple other cards to get my royalty. Freddy Funko with Doc with helmet. It has really spiked. The lowest was at 101. Now it's 178 for that.
Yeah, this one's getting close, right, Josh?
Yeah, and it's this week.
That's why. Usually, just as a tip, and usually, and this is not always the case, but usually you get that big spike when you're a week or two away from the redemption. So yeah, what you did, Jed, you probably already kind of knew that because you're a little bit savvy as well with the NFT thing, but you got to pay attention when to pick that stuff up for sure.
I was surprised these two have went up. Both George and Lorraine went up at least $7-8 from maybe 2 weeks ago.
Well, George and Lorraine, this is the only way to get that pop, correct? There's not been a George or Lorraine.
Yeah, they've never made them before.
See, and I think that, like, again, this is a little
do.
different. I think these are the ones to be picking up. There are no pops of that right now, and now you get a nice limited to add on to your set. I think that these are a couple good ones.
Yeah. So thank you, Wayne. Wayne said he loved the NFTs that I opened up in today's video. I think that's a big point right there. The fact that I opened them up, like I had them physically in hand. There's still a lot of people, through no fault of their own, they just don't understand that, if they open the pack, they're not guaranteed anything. And even if they open the pack and they get, certain redeemables, you're not going to get those redeemables for a long time. And I think people just still have, they're not patient. They want this stuff right away because they're excited, which you can't blame them. They're excited about getting something for their collection. And then the fact that, like, you could spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on these packs and pull nothing. Like, I don't know if he's here or if he stopped in. He usually stops in every now and then. But if you guys know Mason, What's Ass Prop, he did a great video the other day with these packs, and it hurt my soul. And I won't completely ruin it, but I wish that it would have gone better for him, because he did an excellent job creating a really nice piece of content highlighting the brand new, NFTs that everybody was excited about. So
yeah, it can go both ways. I mean, it's like anything. It is always going to be, anytime you buy packs of anything that you're not guaranteed something, it's a gamble. I mean,
yeah,
we've had it turn out amazing because we opened one pack of Stranger Things and pulled a Grail. We've also, if you guys remember, I believe it was the horror set, was an absolute horror show. I don't think we pulled anything. We spent about $200 in doing that. So you're going to get both ends. I still enjoy the NFTs. I would like them to make some changes. I think that they're starting to make some changes going into 2024 here. So we'll see what ends up, because I think what you said, people are getting smarter because they don't have as much disposable income anymore. And people are getting smarter across the board. They're not just going to throw their money just because you're releasing an NFT thing. You're not just going to sell it out. The flipping part of it, like we're at the beginning, I think you had it a lot more there. Again, the flipping part of it, it's going to start to get a little bit harder with some of these. Some of them I see potential, and like Lorraine and George, I think there's some potential there. The fantastic plastic, unfortunately, I don't see a ton of potential.
It's just too niche. Like it's like Funko is already like, you can already say that like we're a niche category because we all collect this one company's products, right?
But then when you're niche,
exactly, it's a niche of a niche, because it's not even like Marvel or Star Wars or DC, where it can stretch into other different types of people, that collect. So
the funny thing is, Wayne is mentioning this, and I feel like I've had this, and now in the last 2 months,
they've flooded
so many sets in.
So many. I've got another box, I think, of some.
It's so weird. So weird.
Oh, it's Tristan. What's up? Was the Zombie Freddy close to selling out? I feel like they had some great figures with a lot of packs. That one did sell out, right?
It did sell out.
That was the last time it sold out. That line was amazing.
People, that was the last one that had giant hype.
I think those all sold out, honestly. Well, the molds were amazing, but the fact that they were all glow like that, I think was the real game changer.
You know what it is too? When you get those grails, see, and what helps that as well, like when you get the grails that have, like when you get $100 grail, there's not a lot of excitement on the secondary market either, because now it makes it a little bit harder. But when you know that you have, like, it was almost a no-brainer with that set. They did such an amazing job with all the pops in there. Like, it would have been hard for them. That was a great one.
And also the Dark Knight set. That was a brilliant set as well, because the original Dark Knight line doesn't have that many pops. So to expand on that line, like we got Scarecrow, which we didn't get before. You know, Bane is expensive. So if you want to go back and get Bane for your collection, you're looking at like $150 to $200 pop. So that's not cheap. So I think the new one, you know, drew a lot of people into that. And then on top of that, the Harvey Dent. That Harvey Dent is super expensive. Isn't that still like $400 or $500 right now?
Yeah, that whole set. I mean, in again, secondary market with the packs and everything on those, because I think we bought maybe 4 packs. I don't think I opened any of them because the packs I was able to double my money.
Right.
So, and you got it. Sometimes you need to do that just to be able to move on to the next. But actually, I might have opened a pack, and I don't think we pulled anything at all. But yeah, no, that was another amazing set. You're gonna get some. You know, I think they kept the packs a little bit lower when they did that. I think with Harry Potter, I think they tried to capitalize and they did too many of those. I think
Harry Potter already has
too many.
So many pops. Like the lines that they need to capitalize on are maybe recognized IPs like the Dark Knight, like Back to the Future. You give us a cool couple versions of mainline characters that everyone's going to recognize. You know, like they gave us Bruce Wayne. Okay, cool. Bruce Wayne is cool. But then you give us side characters and maybe secondary characters that have never been done before. And that's where like the George and Lorraine you're going to see probably have good value down the road, because that's the only way that you can get those pops. And the other thing that I really think they need to do, and they still haven't done it, it's not impossible, they could still do it, is you need to add in an NFT soda with a chase. Not every drop. I'm just saying, like every third NFT drop, I think if you do it, you're going to see some mega hype, because now you have an opportunity to get a soda, but you don't know if you're going to get the common or the chase until it ships out. You know, so I think they're missing the opportunity right there.
Yeah, it's the perceived. You got to have some perceived value. You know what I mean? With some of these drops, you got to have that perceived value. I think other than people that really just love the fantastic plastic line, it was hard to see that perceived value. For me, I love the pops. I like I said, I already picked one of the Carl just because I love that pop. And I don't care if it goes to $20 when it comes out. I wanted to lock mine in now. I like getting them. I do like the whole experience of the NFT thing. I prefer to have if 12-year-old me was talking to me now, I'd probably slap myself. But I actually now prefer a digital card versus having boxes and boxes of physical cards, which I cannot even believe I'm saying that. I really can't believe that I'm saying that. But I actually prefer to do it this way. Take that little gamble, and you know, I've enjoyed everything about the NFT, but there are a few changes I think they definitely need to make, and I think they'll start listening a little bit. It sounds like they have a little bit when they're talking about doing the protectors, even though I'd like to see that included and just ship them in protectors, because really the boxes that they've been sending them in have been doing an okay job. We've got a lot of NFTs in, like a lot. We've only had one package damaged, so you know, I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what the next one's going to be, though.
I think there's still a lot of potential there. Yeah, I'm excited for some more releases that they do. I also think they should space them out a little bit more, because I think people are not as willing to go in as heavy as maybe some of the previous drops, just because they don't have, if you're saving up money, like you only have so much money every month to spend on collectibles. And when you have to decide, like, am I going to spend it on packs? Am I going to spend it on physical items that are coming out right now? Am I going to the stores and actively hunting? And then on top of that, you see a lot of people in the community buying mystery boxes. So you kind of have to like gauge, like, where am I putting my money? And like, we can't be ignorant to the fact that like we all collect other things, and you want money to collect other things. Like, I don't think there probably is a small portion of the community who is Funko only, but I think it'd be very naive to say that like everybody who collects Funko only collects Funko, and that's not the case. I mean, look, you could see however many chomps and tiny ghosts and, you know, all the other cool things, handmade by robots that Josh has in his display and everything. So
I think, that's, with the NFTs, I've kind of cut back this time just because there hasn't been too many I've been super hyped about too.
Yeah, I'm right there too. We definitely haven't spent as much.
I feel like that's the last line I like really went after is Back to the Future. I think the last couple, the Mickey, I'm like, all right,
Mickey,
like,
we went pretty hard with Mickey.
yeah.
Well, you guys
But
are Disney
I think
people.
like Harry Potter, we sold all our Harry Potter pops, so really not like really looking for that. You know, some of the other stuff like Powerpuff Girls wasn't really something
Yeah,
wanted.
Harry Potter, we did the same thing. I opened one pack of Harry Potter. I think I bought four. I bought one pack or 4 packs. Opened one, got absolutely nothing. Sold the other 3, made maybe $8-9 each on the pack, and moved on. That's kind of what we've done, and it's really, you get the wax. It's a long story on, you can
Well,
get
then you're
wax
just
many
buying
different
stuff for the
ways.
other sets you still need things for with it.
That's exactly it. That's why, I'll usually buy a couple packs if I see that, even if I can make a couple dollars, I'm getting the wax that I can buy other things for other sets and that kind of thing. So it just kind of works out that way.
And Kenyon, thank you for bringing that up, because that is something that I
saw
don't think
Yep.
they will ever change, unfortunately. But I think they really need to do that at some point.
Doesn't make any sense for how
it's a huge missed opportunity on their part.
It's just it's simple, yet it would, I think, get so many collectors back into it, because how many times do you see a pop in a mystery box, or do you see a pop on an auction where the person's like, I know it says, limited to $9.99, but there was actually only 593 of these redeemed. Like, and you have people coming in, to that auction, or they're reading that mystery box bio, whatever, and they're like, well, that sticker says $9.99. Like, people buy with their eyes. They vote. Their wallets are controlled by what they see. And if they see the number says one thing, but it's actually limited to another, it doesn't matter. They're going to go off of this.
No, it's 100% right. Like what I just said about that Mickey royalty. I mean, the Mickey royalty is going to be well under 1,000 is what I'm guessing, like well under 1,000. And it's going to say like 1,800 or something like that on the sticker. And it's maybe going to be an 800 piece. It's a gigantic bummer that you got to explain that to people.
It sucks to you as the collector who actually owns a much more limited item for your collection. However, it will never have the perceived value that it deserves, because it will be selling on the aftermarket. And because people will be seeing an 1,800 piece, they're not going to pay what it should technically be an 800 piece Pop's value for an 1,800 piece.
Yeah, Jen, you know what? Even as a like, just for myself, like, I love walking by our D23 Mickey and seeing the 480 piece on there. Do you know what I'm saying? I know that sounds dumb or whatever.
No, it's not dumb. Numbers matter.
They do. I love seeing those low numbers. I think that's like a fun part of it. So to see like this artificially, whether it's high or low or whatever, it should represent what was that. And especially again, this seems like a no-brainer to me, because they know this is not like up for debate. Yeah, maybe they make more, and like, I don't even want to get into that. And yeah, they're going to show up at Michael's someday, or whatever we want to say, because I hear it all the time. But long story short, they should make it with a number that is redeemed. They know how many were redeemed before the pops go out, like months before. Like, that sticker could be, that makes zero sense to me.
Yeah. Something that will probably never change, but maybe one day. I mean, maybe one day if we all band together and we go, hey, we're not buying any more packs, and then until the stickers are changed, maybe. But
and Antoine, I actually have some of the Turtles stickers from Sully.
Yeah, there was some cool things that came out. I remember when someone was making the cards too, like the actual like cards, and they're
yeah. That was maybe pushing the line, what they were doing with eBay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're.
I'm sure it's but it looked cool.
It looked super cool, but it's a little bit,
Yeah, I don't think Drop probably like that one.
No, probably not.
Probably. But I think they've done some great things. I will say I want to thank. I saw Rebecca grabbed one of the mystery boxes, so. Thanks, Rebecca, for grabbing one of the $60 mystery boxes for tomorrow's charity auction already. So that's awesome. We've sold several of them already. So thank you for grabbing one. So if you haven't went over there, definitely a cool one to grab. I think there was some other stuff that released, but nothing. I don't think anything else like super big. I will say if Megacon, I will say this bag was pretty cool that Pop and Sons Collectibles had. So the Ghost Rider bag, I saw it in person, checked it out, and everything. I love the inside. They did a great job on the inside. It had a cool glow and everything like that to it. Forget the price point of it though. It was pretty high for a bag. I don't think it was the normal like price. I forget. For some reason, I'm thinking it was over 100, but I could be wrong. It could correct me if anyone grabbed one. They might still have some left though. But I thought they were really cool. It wasn't something Shannon would want, I know, but
yeah, this doesn't look like a Shannon bag to me.
But I thought that was cool. They also we're seeing Clark's toy. I haven't seen them ever do exclusive.
I like doing. I
almost bought this just because it was a Clark's toy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude!
Have they ever done an exclusive?
I might buy this just because of his sneakers.
It was already. It's already up. They had the link to Clark's toy and all that stuff. I like I said, I almost picked one up. Just I love when you get those weird exclusives.
Yeah.
Looks kind of cool too. I like the pose.
It's cool because you walk by and you see all the different stickers and you're like, this is amazing.
Right, John? Man, is that weird?
I legit, honest to God, we were in the middle of like doing the website today and I was just staring at the wall and I was looking at all the different stickers. I was like, oh my God, like I'm a sticker collector.
Yeah, oh my God, so am I. What a couple of weirdos.
Alex, I am so hyped up. Yes, there's another Aqua Sox Webley soda with Chase coming out. That is another extremely good sign for the soda community, for the soda fans out there. Last year's, or was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago? Yeah, it was at least
that Chase. That Chase was up there.
Last year,
that's right. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You know, I still need that Chase, and that Chase is not hard, or it's not easy to come by. Here's the common. I have not tracked down the Chase yet. I need to, but
there we go.
Yeah, I'm super hyped.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I still love that thing.
And even if it's like, even if it looks exactly like this, it's just a recoloring of the same mold or something. It was only 4,000 pieces at the game. The fact that it's going to be like a game only exclusive again, it's cool because you can't buy it unless you go to the game. I know they had a few that leaked on the website afterwards, but it wasn't many.
I think
it was
sports
just kind
are
of whatever they had left.
Though.
They dropped, I think. Really.
Yeah, and I think sports are a little bit different where you can have just a different jersey. You know what I mean? Yes, it's only a recolor, but I think you get away with that with the sports thing a little bit.
Well, and it was so exciting too because like 4,000 pieces, I think it was like a 670 piece Chase. I mean, that is very low.
At least we know Funko is still making soda.
That's the other good thing too. Yeah, they're coming out with more sodas, and if they
even
are
if it's limited.
Yeah,
super limited, event only, con only, very exclusive, very hard to get. Like that is perfect.
I'm okay with that.
Perfect. Oh, what's up, Jay? Good to see you in the house. Gotta love a Webley. Yes, this will excite the new soda collectors who couldn't get their hands on the OG. That's another great point, Mojo. There was people who are collecting sodas now who weren't collecting sodas when the original one came out. Probably will make the original one go up in value.
This looks pretty awesome. I will say this looks pretty awesome. It's going to be huge.
Way too big.
Yeah.
Huge.
If Chris is still here, Chris, I feel so sorry for you, brother.
So,
I know you probably need this to complete.
Probably pre-ordered it today.
I have 2 of the big album ones, like with the album and then the thing behind it. I took them out of the box, checked it out, put it back in the box, put it in storage. It's so big.
They're huge.
I was like, I'll keep it for late. Hey, you know, it'll be the weird ones though. These will be hard to find. I think some of these later on. Like I think people. I wonder how many they actually make of these. I don't think they make as many as as Pops because they cost so much to make.
They can't.
There's no way. Well, I mean, think about it. Like when you would see these at Walmart, there wouldn't be like 15 of them typically. Like I'd see a handful. So no, I don't think. I think they got to be a lot more limited.
Well, it is that time, guys. It is almost that time.
Time flies when you're having fun. I hope everybody else had fun.
I know you guys missed me last week, so
I know, Josh. Please don't leave us. What are me and John gonna do?
We were questioning your commitment to the team.
Yeah,
I know. But Megacon, it was the only day I could go act, and I knew I wouldn't make it back. We didn't even leave there till like almost 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like had to get back on the bus to go bus to take us to where parking was because it's all like off site now.
Yeah, it's a big complex over there.
Oh, there was, I think they said Saturday was like 200,000.
Wow.
It's bigger than, to me, it's bigger than New York Comic Con, as in the people, like that convention center, I think is bigger, so it can hold more like, and also they don't have as many giant companies there. So you know how they take up so much of the floor room, like Funko and like Marvel and all these people at New York Comic Con, where Megacon doesn't have those giant. So there's so many more vendors and artists and everything in one big hall area and stuff like that. But they were back on the other side of the convention center, the West Concourse, which was so much nicer because it's bigger. They also have a big theater where they can do all the panels and everything like that. Some of the big panels and stuff.
Mojo, Vince, I think you got a fan. You got a shout out here.
Mojo, are you pulling my chain right now? I feel like you're just, you know what? I'm gonna say hello anyway, even though I think you can't be serious. But Luca, I hope you're having an amazing day. Whenever you're watching this, I hope you have an amazing day. Make sure you kick butt in school if you're in school. I mean, I'm assuming that he's younger, but kick butt in school. That's what I tell my kids. I'm not even my kid's favorite YouTuber. I don't even know if I'm my kid's favorite his father. I think they like other kids' fathers more than
I was going to say stay in school, but don't bother with the homework because those teachers are nuts.
That is awesome. Well, Luca, have an amazing. Are you in school at 4? Have an amazing day. Don't get bummed out with school. School's good.
Don't worry about school.
Don't worry about amazing. Bill. Oh my God, I'm ruining this. I've never been told I was a favorite of anything before. The pressure has gotten to me now. Guys, listen, what I have this week is not that amazing. We have amazing videos, which I'm hoping are going to turn out great when we film them, hopefully tomorrow. Listen, I'm not going to say too much. We're going to have our auction on Tuesday. You guys can come out to that. We always have the fun mystery boxes. The last 2 weeks have been absolutely amazing. Brand new people, which is kind of crazy. So make sure you guys do that. But what I'm going to spend my last 2 seconds with, make sure you go check out Josh's charity auction tomorrow. I picked up 2 soda mystery boxes. I picked up a $60 mystery box. I'm going to try to hit all the top hits. Guys, I challenge you to get the top hits away from me. It won't be hard because pretty much never hit top hits ever. So your chances are better because I just picked up all the low-end boxes. So you guys pick up the rest of the good boxes, and we'll see you guys on the live tomorrow.
Jay asked when we're having guests on again. We haven't had a guest on in a while.
You know, we should have just said, Tristan, hey, listen.
I know. Whenever he comes in the chat, we should just send him the link. But no, we definitely have some plans for having some more guests on this year. So definitely at some point soon. Yeah, Susan, we didn't have to cut it short tonight, unlike last week, which was great.
No, we went full time tonight.
Gator says, my daughter loves you guys. Man, so many great comments and stuff. Vince, believe it or not, and I've told you this several times, there are people that have messaged us telling us how much they love your channel. So
I just don't believe you. I feel like you're just trying to make me feel all right.
No, honest to God, I swear to God, people message me, and they've also, same thing with Josh. They've messaged me and they say they love watching Josh and Shannon, or they love watching Vince and Bree. Actually, the number one thing that we get in regards to you guys, Vince, is that people will message and they say, what happened to the kids? What happened to Luca and Gabby?
We have become super lame. They're embarrassed by us, like most teenagers are of their parents. We are pretty, cringe is what they would call us. So what has happened? They've gotten too cool for us. That's what's happened at this point.
It's all right.
So,
all right. Well, yeah, it is what it is.
it is.
Today we had a big unboxing on the channel. A lot of stuff came in, and I was super excited to open it. Unfortunately, only one pop was damaged, but I guess it could be worse. So go check that out if you haven't done so already. This weekend is pretty big for us. We're doing 2 pretty big back-to-back Super Bowl shows on Saturday over on Whatnot. Pops at 6:30 and Soda's at 9. And we're giving away a ton of stuff because we got to 20,000 subscribers. Or not subscribers, 20,000 followers on Whatnot. So if you happen to have a few dollars left over after you support Josh and his charity stream tomorrow night, come on over, hang out. We have a Flock Sonic up for grabs, and we're giving away a whole bunch of stuff as a thank you to you guys for supporting us over there. We'll have more videos in the upcoming days. So yeah, thank you guys so much for everything. Definitely, please, if you cannot support anybody this weekend because you maxed out your budget, we completely understand. At least please go bookmark Josh's live stream tomorrow night over on Whatnot. The bookmarks help out tremendously.
Yes.
I mean, bookmarks are just come hang out and watch because we're going to open a ton of boxes.
Keep as
all
many
these boxes
people
we get to open
all night long. Yes, come visit us all over there. That's
so
exactly
if nothing
what
else,
it is.
it's like watching a mega ProfessorJosh unboxing video. So
yeah, there you go.
Nothing else. And you know, almost everything in the mystery boxes was from us. So it's our personal collection we put in there to raise money for this charity. And then everything else we're auctioning off separately that we got from other people. So there's really cool stuff. Everything from Funko Pops, sodas, handmade by robots, wacky wobblers. I actually have a bunch of mystery minis I'm going to throw down. So if people looking for like anything from Marvel Zombies to Mandalorian to like My Hero to I think Stranger Things, I have a ton of mystery minis that we have extras and doubles of and stuff we pulled. So I'm probably going to add those to like, you know, have some fun with and people can grab those. But the big thing is the buy it now mystery boxes are all up right now. So if you want to grab one, you don't have to be there tomorrow night. Cool thing is we'll just send it out to you afterwards, and that you could go watch the replay if you really want to or anything like that too and find it and check it out. But we'll be opening all these up tomorrow night. So we have our $30 pop and soda mystery box. You get a pop and a sealed soda, 3 cases, and then I put like extra ones in from other ones for other sealed soda, so maybe there could be more chases in there. But the Huckleberry Hound is one of the big hits. I also have an autograph pop that's another hit that's in another box. So 24 of those have like 5 of them hits kind of thing. $15 soda mystery box is pretty much you're just buying a soda, you know, but you have a better chance and better odds. Open and sealed, all of them are good mixtures. There's things like the Hatbox Ghost, there's a Greedo, there's a couple Marvel ones like Carnage and things like that. So there's some really cool chases. You can see the pictures online there of everything. Also, hunt for a count. The $60 box, 3 to 4 pops, 65 plus in value. You can see all the hits, at least the top hit. One of those pops will be in every box at least. So check out those up on the auction there, and I'll post some too as well on our Instagram and that as we're promoting. And almost everything has been loaded in buy it now. I might have some other stuff I might add to buy it now, some surprises, so peek out for some of those maybe tomorrow too as well. But for right now, everything that has been sent to us by anyone, 50, 60 plus things have all been loaded into the auction part. So if you want to see something you want, mark it. Or, you know, if you want to do a pre-bid or anything like on that, you can do that too. So
nice.
Friday will be the fun like that. We'll have some videos coming out this week. I got my Splinter sodas in from Target. I'm looking forward to actually opening those because that looks super cute. Hope I get the chase.
Yeah, I hope you get the chase. I want to see a little, I think it's a little Raphael.
A little turtle with them. And then we have some mystery boxes. We still have another Boom Loot box from the one that we opened last week. So I still have another one from that round I'm looking forward to opening and stuff like that. So we got some good stuff coming up, but the big thing we're concentrated right now on is the charity auction, of course. So I can't wait to have you guys. I did do a little filming at Megacon. I might do a mini like video and like talk about Megacon and stuff that happened. I didn't film as much as I wanted to because I was hanging out with friends, so I wasn't, like it wasn't like trying to film everything and do everything. But I did grab some footage of some of the booths and some of the things we checked out, so I might talk about some of those. So thanks everyone for the good luck. Hopefully you can come out there. If not, go over and just bookmark it at least if you haven't done that already. If you have anyone else that's on Whatnot or know anyone, just ask them to go bookmark it. It does help out a lot for people noticing the streams and things like that with their algorithm of how they promote stuff and everything. So I look forward to hopefully seeing a lot of you hanging out with us tomorrow night, having some fun. Shannon and I will be there all night, till we sell out everything and open everything. So we're going to have some fun. We won't be there for 12 hours like John.
No.
Not enjoying the 12 hours.
No one would.
Yeah, I can't do that. But,
We're
it could be 4 or 5 hours. Who knows? Could be 3 hours. I don't know. If you guys go and buy something now, we might sell out everything really early and be able to go through everything really quick. Who knows? But that's all I have for it. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So hopefully everyone else is having a great weekend coming up too. Hopefully you have a safe weekend and hopefully enjoy some time with friends and family and maybe buy something cool over the weekend as well. So anything else, guys?
That's all, folks.
We'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Yeah. We'll see you all tomorrow night, hopefully. We'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out with us. Good night, and we'll see you soon.
Night, everyone. Good night.